quirky story this is, that Chaz can't do this. We talk about it a lot, don't we? Switching on the tyre in qualifying. So he's got to start at the back again for this race. Now, what's all of that mean? So let's put a little bit of context around this first. He's qualified 22nd yesterday and 20th today. Terrible qualifying performance, but what he did in the race yesterday is he stopped quite early, put 4 tyres on, which was different to most of the field. Most of them put 2 rear tyres on, and they did that because it's like half the time in the pits to do that. It's about 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 2 seconds versus 6, 7 or 8 seconds. Those 4 tyres let him just motor on through the pack. It was utterly brilliant to watch. He is a world-class driver, we know that. But this isn't new for Chaz at Darwin. Look at these. These are his last 5 races here. His qualifying here is always abysmal. It's a fact. He's had to get past 53 cars in his last 4 races here. He's lapped the whole field twice. He doesn't want to have to do it that way. So let's dig in and understand what's going on here. So when we talk about switching on the tyre, it's a term we all use. We probably shouldn't. It's a lot of rubbish. It's crap, frankly. You don't switch on a tyre. You know, turn on, tyre, turn on. There's no switch on the dash. The tyre is always ready to go. It's always switched on. You've got to put the settings in the car. This switch, apart from tyre pressure, is in the car. You need to switch the settings in the car on. Get the right settings to turn the tyre on. That's the way it works. So to give this some explanation, put a new tyre on in qualifying just like this. So that extra grip, let's imagine we're going around a right-hander. You're going to need extra camber, right? Because the tyre's going to buckle under with that extra grip. There's forces going up through the car that are greater. So the analogy I can think of for this is this, a football boot. So imagine that's a football boot, you're going around a right-hander. Imagine that's my leg, bang, I'm digging into the grass, all that force is coming up through the muscles in the leg resisting it. That's exactly what's going on up there. Contrast that to a race tyre, which is worn, not as grippy, so we put that on, right? Not as much camber required, and when you're driving around, not as much force going up there because that's more like a sand shoe, if you like. And we all know what it's like if you're on a wet playing field, a sprigged boot versus a slippery sand shoe, that's exactly what it's like out there. So the forces are different. Now, when we look at the car in the race versus qualifying, you've got to add to it, there's a fuel cell that's full of fuel in the race that you don't have in qualifying. You don't have fuel in there for qualifying. So 133 litres or up to. So that when the car's pitching and rolling and heaving and all the rest of it, that weight's there. So what you're trying to find is balance. So Chaz Mostert and his team have found balance. When that car's moving around in the race on worn tyres with those forces, have found a balance, but they have not found it in qualifying. So Chaz Mostert, his dad said to him he's a karter, he told us yesterday, every car you overtake, you're going to get a cheeseburger. Chaz loves a cheeseburger, so we saw Chaz yesterday. This is a little bit of footage. Chazzy woofing into his cheeseburger. So if you want to put some money on him today to come through the field, I wouldn't. Why not? I just got this photo of him a little earlier today. This is Chaz just prepping for the race. I reckon he doesn't need extra fuel. He's carrying extra pounds anyway.